When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm Alex Diaz. I'm a professional marketer in Seattle. Thinking about communication can be exhausting. Sometimes you find yourself hitting a wall. And I love AI Compose because you write your intention and automatically this paragraph comes out that you can play with. It is honestly like magic. Grammarly will give you confidence that whatever message you're trying to send,
Take no put no chain on me. Craig won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Craig won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Craig won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Craig won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Craig won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Nigga gon' start and he gon' be some nigga can't put no stain on me. Kill my brother, got shame on me. Hurt my heart, got pain on me. Ice my chest, a chain on me. Soon as I see that spaz, as soon as I see that season, nigga say la vie. Then I stand by me with some shit that I need. Nigga, I'm hungry, I eat. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about me. Chicken bone, chicken bone, chicken bone, ooh, man, boosting. Sweeping niggas off their feet. Think about it, don't put that even on me. White devil ain't got power on me. Like a max, like a white bitch, suck my feet. Crack ain't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack ain't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me.
I began to think that we were born with handcuffs, left side, even left cuffs, left lines with niggas that shit love for bugs. If you find they conscious, you got nurture with love. I grew up a witness to genocide and Latin, so sorry I ain't clicked it about social events. This ain't joyous resistance, this the joy of persistence. I'm the shining example of fleece and beyond the isms. Whether I'm popping pencils or popping pills in my system, fleeing through pandemonium brought us through these conditions. Breathing them auditoriums, giving me the attention. I'm just offering stories of the existentialism of the semi-privileged. All the gifts I've been given through the law and the grace of the tragedy driven. In the history behind me, I carry the burdens, the tradition in denial, cause I'm always in motion. I was just out in Europe, he was swallowing potions. I can't pick me a god, but swear to God I'm devoted. Let prophets touch the earth, so heed the word that's important. Yo, these folks don't really hear it, they just know that he flowing. Shout out Billy, was that be the breath and truth? Freedom in it, mean that it ain't gonna get better. So if I left and now can't put a stain on me, this is what I made to be. Crack can't put no, crack can't put no.
Crack ain't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack ain't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Nigga gon' start and he gon' be some nigga can't put no stain on me. Kill my brother, got shame on me. Hurt my heart, got pain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me. Crack won't put no chain on, take no chain on, put no chain on me.
It seems to me that the honest struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal and daily of all human beings on the face of this terrifying globe to get to become human beings. It is not your fault, it is not my fault that I write. I will never come before you in the position of a complainant for doing something that I must do. What we might get at this evening, if we are lucky, if the mic doesn't fail, my voice holds out, if you ask me questions, is what the importance of this effort is.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I done watched the guts from the grief, toppled towers we resided in. Learned a lesson kinda late, so no commemoration. Peak reflection, the statistical amalgamations. It ain't look right to me, but I ain't really good with faces. When you young, it seems satirical, the shit you facing. It repeat into your 20s, now you uncomplacent. I got people that I cherish, make it complicated. Spark the spliff and hit the function, now I know my place, man. Anything is possible, it's not even but a thread. Fed his daddy to them killers, like he Boba Fett. You want vengeance, little nigga? You ain't earn it yet. They was schooling with them rulers, you was learning shit. Left the party cause the bitches wasn't twerking yet. Spill Bacardi on my rig, she tryna flirt and shit. We was geeking for some X, like where my medicine. I was trying to thank my savior cause you hesitant. Niggas irrelevant, I'm in JW Anderson. Tryna repent for shit that I did in the family, yeah. Did an hour on the stage, off the sedatives. I'm giving grace with these verses, I'm a reverend. I'm in Paris hoping that my night don't ever end. Dropping classics cause I promise that we go again. I ain't think that I'd be goated trying to flow and shit. Unapproachable, my lifestyle inappropriate. Hey, trying to flip a check off the board, trying to straight finesse on the board, popping down the flex on the board, three inside the chest on the board. That was trying to step on the board, nigga, that ain't no thing. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to flip a check off the board, trying to straight finesse on the board, popping down the flex on the board, three inside the chest on the board. That was trying to step on the board, nigga, that ain't no thing. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Check off the board, trying to straight finesse on the board, popping down the flex on the board, three inside the chest on the board. That was trying to step on the board, nigga, that ain't no thing. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold this ring, I'ma need you to think. Before you gon' fold it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't no more starving artists, pardon me if I like to party. We born to love this land, them devils be trying to make shit harder. I wanna be a star, cause all my life I have been a target. I wanna be a star, cause all my life I have been a game ain't okay, niggas is paper mache. They had to pay for a way, dangerous days. I had to pray to be safe, I had to fake the exchanges. Game full of patience, tired to tie up them laces. Or get defiled by nature, I'm headed to places. If I return with no graces, I understand the replacement. Sneaking deciphering your energy. They want me through the lens of they self. I set up a new boundary, now I'm the enemy. Type of shit that tell me to believe a blue beloved be Benjamin Franklin. Cause I know what the leads I can flex on you too. So you nothing to me but remembrance. Look, don't think you getting it. Niggas is paper mache. They had to pay for a way, dangerous days. I had to pray to be safe, I had to fake through exchanges. Game full of patience, tired than tie up them laces. Or get defiled by nature, I'm heading to places. If I return to no graces, I understand the replacement. Ain't no more starving artists, pardon me if I like to party. We born to love this land, them devils be trying to make shit harder. I wanna be a star, cause all my life I have been a target. I wanna be a star, cause all my life I have been a game ain't okay, niggas is paper mache. They had to pay for a way, dangerous days. I had to pray to be safe, I had to fake through exchanges. Game full of patience, tired to tie up them laces. Or get defiled by nature, I'm headed to places. If I return with no graces. It's a couple niggas in your circle that can spread the word composure. Say he really with us, more than he know we the opponents. We was tigers in the forest, dragging the weakest in the abyss. We had to nourish, dipping the deterrents, burn, work through the weed to counterinsurgents. Hurdle, straight over angles, ain't get the courage. Heard it once from a man, how he told it. Rain from the folks that gave bang gloves detergent. Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for? Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for? Nigga, nurture off the nipple of titty, acting so diddy. Take the swagger of a life that you witnessed, claiming you with it. They was fencing all the exits and trenches, and you was distant. Nigga, tell me how you reached the top before you touched the entrance. I was really in the end, spreading cameras through the ire of the man who held the needle. It was damaging my ego, slipped up on the 40 and contaminants, perceiving my existence as a man within the manuscript. Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for? Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for? About my past, baby, only live once. I just want some racks, baby, I just wanna stunt. When the last time that your skin felt sun? When the last time that you thought you met the one? Fuck about my past, baby, only live once. I just want some racks, baby, I just wanna stunt. When the last time that your skin felt sun? When the last time that you thought you met the one? Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for? Worse shit, boy, that horse shit is gon' hurt you. No shit, that's a full clear, we gon' murk you. Turf fist through the worst pit, was a turf wall. Cause I'm rockin' money, fuck you think I put in work for?
With Premium Light, people can watch me doing this ad-free.
But what are you doing?
I have no idea.
Introducing Premium Light. Way less interruptions, way more YouTube. Only $7.99 a month.
Watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts. French vanilla, butter, pecan, chocolate deluxe. Even caramel sundaes is getting touched and scooped in my ice cream truck. Until the lion learns to write, every story glorifies the hunter. Gift wrap another package to my brothers that be trapped in the scene where the interest is. Cause regard for a life, it's the diminutive. In the heart, liquor right with the images of the scars that I left on the niggas when. From afar, I can see me a nigga's fist. Said he wanna be a thug where he got his wish. Now it's tuck your chain when you see go yard. While you in my hood trying to stunt so hard. And last week you left the club with my bros. You came back to me knowing what a menage is. I hate a nigga that can't take the loss. Be talking like he finna break the law, but face to face he trying to talk resolves. My shooter seen a lot, so he don't really talk at all. I took your spot, yeah, I take no pity. Hit her line when I'm in her city. Where you from, baby boy? Said Philly. She keep asking if I know Quilly. Girl, you lucky that you so pretty. Fools heroics when the roads get shifted. Crashing out cause he supposed he a victim. We up the pole and he forgot what he mentioned. Wow, don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. city needed warmth right beside me. Closest that I got to it was heat in my pocket. It ain't that hard. Either ride or die tragic. You living by the white man standards. The hour could have met my eyes, my life, and his talents. Still would have took that time, cause that's practice. Might crack a smile, shit ain't funny, Jimmy Fallon. Seen a lifetime, prematurity of fallacy. Took your spot, yeah, I take no pity. Hit her line when I'm in her city. Where you from, baby boy, said Philly. She keep asking if I know Quilly. Girl, you lucky that you so pretty. Fools heroics when the roads get shifted. Crashing out cause he supposed he a victim. We up the pole and he forgot what he mentioned. Wow, don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Make me get hostile. Don't make me get hostile. Watch these rap niggas get all up in your guts. French vanilla, butter, pecan, chocolate deluxe. Even caramel sundaes is getting touched and scooped in my ice cream truck. Look, I got a question for the audience. You ever wish you could be smarter? Like you said some stupid shit, and you wish you thought harder. Shorty asked what my future looking like. What you trying to be? I told her that I'm trying to be a martyr. And I'll be honest, in the moment I was spitting, shit Trump was dialing. There's a flaw inside the system. It seems the rallies and the talks of communism and me flirting with the issue that we now know is narcissism. Feeling opulent, pretentious with options of opportunities that's flooded in my mentions. You be slipping cause your oracle be sloppy with the visions. Keep you knocking ways of living that's beyond the unforgiving. Think it's time for a volition, be remiss if I ain't mention go on me like Ghana, let's be kinda rewind it to rewind it. If you wanna, I ain't talking no designer, but I Dolce and Gabbana, meaning you can catch my arm around the waist of a Madonna. They said I had to wait, I passed the time by getting stronger. Look, check. Accoladed and patronizing, confident and condescending. Skip the checks if you a feminist, and I swear I love my melanin. The fact my body's got like that shit is coincidence. And I wonder with designer in the ghetto, but with nothing, man, them niggas really get ghetto. I ain't saying I ain't alpha, I'm just saying that my battle's over yonder, 1,000 miles beyond the slaughter. You ever wish you could be smarter? Look, like you said some stupid shit and wish you would've thought harder. Now you gotta look over your shoulder. Look.
I've never listened to Geist Guevara. Man, he is a awesome rapper. That's who was playing while I was getting everything set up and whatnot. Oop, we have a subscriber. Thank you for the new subscription. Coolman_JJ. I appreciate that. This is Kid Ego Media. It's good to be here tonight. I'm gonna be playing a little bit of games tonight, and we'll be probably watching this video about anime literacy, reading anime fans not having video literacy, media literacy, which is going to be interesting. Also, my wife let me know that my actual that when yesterday we were playing the game, you really couldn't hear anything. So I was actually able to go and I got that fixed. Pay attention to that for a little bit before the stream. And I'm going to be in here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Roughly, see how it goes. But yeah, hope everybody's doing good. We're live right now on YouTube twice. We're vertical and we're horizontal on YouTube. And we're on Twitch right now. So if you want to show us some love on any of those platforms, feel free to do so. But yeah, so let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, and show the video some love. Get in on the algorithm. Hit that like button. That would be also very awesome of you if you could do that. Let's see here. If I can just get this bad boy over here. It is not respond. Oh, it is responding. Here it is. Okay, so I got to log into my other YouTube account, actually, for this. The secret YouTube account that no one knows about. We'll see how that goes. Okay. I do genuinely hope everyone is doing well out there. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Also, I'm working on a soundboard, but it keeps freezing my OBS. It kind of sucks. I'm really excited. All I got is a wow anime sound going. I'm just gonna upload another sound and completely destroy my computer. I gotta get another computer at some point. Like, this is not tenable. This homework, streaming, possible job on here at some point. You know, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see here. Let's see. So yeah, I'm rocking 3 monitors now. So I was only rocking like 2 monitors for a while, but I need that space. Let's see here. Sometimes my computer just makes me so angry, dude. Makes me so mad sometimes. Okay, let's see. Can't be that bad right now. Okay. Should I use Google Chrome? Which usually I prefer anyways because it has like more plugins in Mozilla. For certain things, especially for like my school, for some reason it works better using Chrome. But and that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. Chrome is not coming through either, right? Oh, oh, oh. There it goes. Who's using Chrome? Yeah. Jesus, come on, computer. I don't want this to be like a waiting game. Like trying to watch this and then like be done with my pizza. Trying to eat some pizza. This should be the right thing. So we'll see. you know, I'm here. Tonight, I thought we'd watch a video. Be a hater. Not to the person who's making the video. The people that he's making the video about. Because I feel like it's kind of well deserved. Something that hates well deserved, you know? Yeah, okay. Let's see here. I really hope. Okay. Everything seems to actually be flowing a little bit better now. If you can hear me. Okay. Didn't realize the volume was so low. What is actually going on here? Why is it always when I'm trying to stream this kind of crap happens? Why? Why is it always when I'm trying to stream this kind of crap happens? Oh. I don't like that feedback on the mic like that. Either. I'll change that shit. I don't want to monitor my voice like that. It'll get grating to me. Like, hopefully, hope everyone else likes my voice. But for me, come on. And please. Okay, cool. Yes! Like, my computer is acting like an asshole. Like, I really thought this was about to just turn off. Oh, we're waiting. We're getting there. Okay. So, let's see here. I'm fine. No, we're definitely not watching that shit. No. Okay, I gotta delete some of this shit. Okay.
Bring the actual message of the show. And
okay, let's watch this. We're gonna watch this.
What? He told me One Piece is very political.
Yes. What aspect? Oh my god, yes.
なんでお母さんなんて言葉を使うの？だって
殺せなくなるでしょ
For instance, as you can see here, Bochi's were completely removed.
ライブ出れなかった集められなかったバンドメンバーそもそも友達一人もできなかった
あ、この人たち結局作品は見てないんだ。
Anime fans and media literacy are
My computer.
two things that don't mix very well. A lot of them tend to dismiss some of the political
Okay. I'm going to rewind.
What? He told me One Piece is very political.
Yes. What aspect? Oh my god, yes.
なんでお母さんなんて言葉を使うの
That shit was so ridiculous when like Trash Taste was like, how is One Piece political? Do tell. It's like, I don't know, a pirate going around liberating islands from like pollution and warlords and shit like that, who weaponize food, weaponize the environment, enslave the fucking local native populations, and like do gentrification and genocide in real time. I don't fucking know.
だって殺せなくなるでしょ
For instance, as you can see here, Bochi's were completely removed.
ライブ出れなかった集められなかったバンドメンバーそもそも友達一人もできなかった
あ、この人たち結局作品は見てないんだ。
Anime fans and media literacy are two things that don't mix very well. A lot of them tend to dismiss some of the political topics or themes of their favorite series, but there are also those that tend to forcefully twist or even misinterpret the themes.
There are motherfuckers who will watch Gundam unironically and be like, okay, well, you know, Gundam. Wait a second. What's going on right here? What is that? Anyway, but that'd be like, Gundam doesn't like, is not political at all. And it's literally about like war. And generally it's left leaning. So, I don't even know, man. Shit's dire.
Or messaging of the series to fit their own worldview. But the main cause of this is the inability for some of us to read between the lines and recognizing that actual people made these series. But it must be noted that not all anime is trying to make some sort of political statement, at least not directly. Now, the main reason why I'm even making this video in the first place is that I grew up with anime and tokusatsu. And seeing it be used as like a token in online political discourse is a bit confusing to me. Especially when people who are not that literate or know about the history, context, and nuance of the topic try to use it as a source of validation. Because a lot of the time, they are not really arguing about the anime itself, but they're arguing about politics, morals, and ethics, but using the anime as some sort of token of validation, without ever considering the actual message of the show and the intent of the creator. Now, this is not to mean that you could not interpret the story in the way you see fit, or even feeling represented by the story in some capacity, but I feel like it requires...
This motherfucker says Gundam isn't political. I'm gonna be like, the hell? I'm leaning on the side he's not gonna say that, but if he does, I'm gonna be so pissed. It's like, dog, war is literally just politics. What the fuck?
A bit more context, you know? As per the last video I made, manga and anime are usually a reflection of the people who make them, based on their lived experience and their personal beliefs. So it might be difficult for some of us, especially due to translation issues and whatnot, to actually infer the real meaning of some of our favorite series. So we tend to look at third-party sources, who might be able to guide us in understanding the meaning and messaging of our favorite series. Now these days, those people are primarily content creators. Problems arise though when you realize that the people who are making these supposed analytical content are just as clueless and uneducated as you are, and at the same time they're trying to push certain narratives.
Chibi reviews is like terrible.
With this, it comes to no surprise that there are people these days who benefit and profit from directly validating certain types of misinformation or misinterpretation of anime or manga. See, a lot of anime and manga have political themes that, you know, you might consider, and
I'm gonna rewind that back. I want to see like the four horsemen.
Be able to guide
I'm gonna
us.
say they left Nux Taku out, which Nux Taku definitely fucking needs to be in this because he made like what Mudahar, Oompa, Vil, or somebody else. He made them all watch like Lolly together. Like that's weird as fuck, dude. And I actually made a video on that, but it was getting like a month ago. But I mean, obviously the lowly conversation is going to eventually come back around, so it doesn't really matter. I'll be able to like eventually put it out and like show people that shit. It's just fucking weird.
In understanding the meaning and messaging of our favorite series. Now these days, those people are primarily content creators. Problems arise though when you realize that the people who are making these supposed analytical content are just as clueless and uneducated as you are, and at the same time they're trying to push certain narratives. With this, it comes to no surprise that there are people these days
Rev says this, like just some dude who's like the cosplay, who like is a VTuber that is a legit a little girl. Like why and why would you do that? Especially it's insane.
Benefit and profit from directly validating certain types of misinformation or misinterpretation.
I don't know who this is.
Anime
like
or
I've
manga.
never seen this person.
A lot of anime and manga have political themes that, you know, you might consider progressive, in part due to how conservative Japan is, especially its government and its various institutions. And something that a lot of people have not considered is that a lot of Japanese people don't actually enjoy a lot of aspects of their lives, and that's why a lot of these stories, they have themes of freedom, being anti-authority, the rights to choose how you express yourself, how you dress, how you talk, to choose who you can love. And on the serious side, a lot of them have messages of anti-fascism, anti-war, anti-military industrial complex, but also boys kissing, girls kissing, the whole 9 yards. And coincidentally, not really a coincidence, most of these mangaka and directors are just more aware with the happenings of the world and Japan, and as such they have a more progressive worldview, especially the older guys. People like Yoshiyuki Tomino, Go Nagai, Totaro Ishinomori, and a few others. These are people who either were born before or even after World War II, but a lot of them were able to see the impact that the war had, especially the bombs, the lives lost, the destruction, the suffering caused by war, the futility of war itself. So a lot of them kind of grew up with this mentality of, we don't want this to happen again. We have to be more compassionate and understanding and have more empathy towards each other. And we have to work together to achieve a better future. And their works reflect this mindset. These are regular themes you'll see in older stuff. From Ultraman, Kamen Rider, all the way to all these series I'm too lazy to mention. Unsurprisingly, they have been a part of the vocal minority that tried to change public opinion on certain issues through their works. Because a lot of them hope that by implementing some of these ideas, hopefully they could build a better future. Unfortunately, they haven't considered one thing, and that is people being illiterate and not learning any lesson from the show, and also, implementing the lessons you learned from the show in real life. Like, bro, seriously, the lack of media literacy amongst the fandom have made it quite difficult to have nuanced conversations about themes of an anime or topics related to it. Political analysis of an anime series usually get downplayed or rejected because a lot of people just couldn't connect the dots and considered the author's intention.
It's insane. Like, entire populations in One Piece getting wiped off the map. War and Gundam. Bokots, Panopticon, and Psychopaths. Naruto is literally about a military junta, being born into a military junta and trying to change it from within.
And this is why we can't have, again, nuanced conversations about things like fan service, because it gets pushed into these two extremes, where one side don't want it at all and the other side wants it in everything. And there is, I guess, nuance behind it, because in some series, fan service is almost a requirement. It's like the building blocks of it. Series like Panty and Stalking and High School DxD, or High School DD if you want to call it that, they could not be the same series if they don't have the fan service. But likewise, other series don't really need it.
I'm sorry, but High School DxD, you should be on a list if you're, like, defending that shit. It's called High School DxD.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard, don't worry, you forget about me.
These two series that I'm gonna say are prime examples of why discussions about fan service needs to have this nuance. Now, these two series are not inherently political at all, but it does have some sort of commentary on social issues that you could argue are caused by politics and the culture over there. But it still kind of relates to having literacy. In regards to these two series, many argued that they were a victim of censorship because many of the sexual fan service scenes were either toned down or completely removed. Now, this is one of those situations where it would be kind of appropriate to actually say it ain't that deep. See, for example, My Dress Up Darling Season 2, many of the lewd fan service scenes have been toned down in comparison to Season 1 and even the manga. But here's the thing, I argue fan service is more than just lewd shots. As the word would indicate, it's a service to the fans. And in the case of My Dress Up Darling Season 2, there's actually more fan service, but there's just not lewd shots. For example, to animate the anime that Marin watches. Now, in the manga, these shows are only mentioned by name or only have a few panels dedicated to them. But it being animated gives us a better way to connect with the character of Marin, because now we get to understand why she's so passionate in cosplaying these characters.
I don't watch My Dress Up Darling, so I have like no opinion on this. I do know about the graveyard scene, apparently. There's a crazy, like, I think it's like essay happens or something like that. And, so, Obi brings that up.
Because we also watch the same stuff she watches. Additionally, they also do like these hand puppet segments where the characters talk about cosplay facts or tips. And yeah, these are just different ways that fan service could take shape in. But the discourse around Bocchi was even more absurd, because it was about how her booba size was reduced. Her booba size was reduced, guys. See, the director of the adaptation wanted to make the anime to be more family friendly, considering the theme of the show was about dealing with social anxiety, which is something that everybody, face, including children. So the director asked if it's a good idea to reduce not just the chest size, but also tone down a lot of the fan servicey stuff. And the mangaka thought this was a great idea, this was brilliant. I consent to it. And it caused outrage everywhere. See, in both situations, literacy is important because the changes made did little to no impact to the story, the character development, the overarching themes of the show, the personalities of the character, the flow of the story. But those who could not comprehend this concept made it a bigger deal than it actually was. Because to them, this is somehow reducing the integrity or accuracy of the adaptation, even though, again, these are minor adjustments to like a couple of scenes. It did not change anything important or integral to the series. But they argued that this is censorship and a disservice to the original source material. And if this type of censorship continue, that it will eventually lead to the loss in freedom of expression for mangakas and authors. I call this bullshit and a conspiracy theory because that type of censorship had already existed. See, a lot of these mangaka and directors would have been even more radical and bold in their storytelling, or even more political, or include even more controversial stuff, had it not been for studios and publishers stepping in. Some of them changed the stories completely before they were even published. If you know the case of JJK, the mangaka very famously said he hated working on JJK because the story had become something that was so far from his original vision. I mean, hell, the main character was not supposed to be the main character. The main character that he had imagined was Yuji. But the studio was like, nah, we need a Naruto type main character. So he had to make Yuji. That alone, at least to me, is a limit.
People don't understand how, like, this is ridiculous, by the way. People don't understand how much editors and like this anime studio has to say in the story. An editor will like make you change a whole damn thing. Dragon Ball has so many spots where it's supposed to end or like be completely different.
On the freedom of expression of the author, because he had to change the story for it to be more profitable, or so it could go on longer than they should. But a lot of these people don't actually care about that. What they care about is the booba is gone. And this is why literacy is important, because it helps you to distinguish between conspiracy theories and actual infringement on freedom of expression. Another example of like the lack of media literacy in general is that there are situations in which people tend to look in too deep in the wrong places, or looking in deep but for the wrong reasons.
I'll tell you a good example. This is about to be a good example. Freeman is a good example of this. The Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man gets called a gooner anime all the time. I don't think Chainsaw Man's a gooner anime. You wanna know why? Because Denji is just going through what a lot of teenage boys go through. I don't think him getting taken advantage of is ever sexualized. He always fucking gets his heart broken. He's just living in anguish, and he just wants to be loved and be accepted by somebody, but it never happens. And I think people call it a gooner anime because they're not used to the mind of a 16-year-old boy. But, you know, it's like Dandadan. Dandadan has some problematic scenes in the manga and everything. But I will say, Dandadan is not a gooner manga. It is not. Well, because something has sexual themes, and it does not mean that it is a gooner or makes you like a a PDF file. Now, watching something like, or being just like an insane fan of like something like Mushoku Tensei, where like the main character wears panties on his face, for like a master that he said looked like a middle school girl at one point. I think he goes on to with his cousin. I think that what? It's just, even the dude he's reincarnated, and he was a 40-year-old like dude who missed a funeral because he was, quote, like, apparently in the light novel he was just like lowly stuff. We'll just put it that way. Yeah, that's gooner shit, and it's not only is that gooner shit, that is fucking should be borderline, like, you should be, I don't know, put in some type of like facility for rehabilitation if you do that kind of thing. I don't know, like that's just insane.
This shit show. Okay, well, the discourse around the anime is a shit show, not the series itself. series actually was quite good. Frieren is a series that does not explicitly or inherently contain any similarity to real-world politics, nor quite good. Frieren is a series that does not explicitly or inherently contain any similarity to real-world politics, nor is it a reflection piece on society. You know what, fuck all that. It's a story about an elf going through a midlife crisis. It's an elf baddie going through a midlife crisis. That's what it's all about. But the discourse was really about the demons and the language used in the series when referring to them and how they should be treated. Now, there is a ton of people who do analysis of this topic to a point where I feel like it became somewhat overcomplicated. To simplify everything, and do keep in mind, I haven't looked too deep into Frieren itself, but I did watch it. In my interpretation of things, the depictions of demons in Frieren seems to be somewhat inspired by the concept of the mimic, and not so much with Judeo-Christian demons. What they do is they're able to mimic human speech, language, mannerisms, and appearance. So very similar to like a Wendigo from Native American folklore, and the jinn from Islamic mysticism and Arabian folklore. And much
Which is even funnier because Frieren always gets caught in those mimics.
Like a Wendigo, their main motivation is to eat humans specifically. Now the discourse really started when people started noticing the way Frieren talked about the demons and how they should be handled, because it started to sound a lot like something a 1940s eugenicist from Germany might have said. That they basically called her a fascist. They called Frieren a fascist, which, I mean, on the surface, I could argue that it does sound very similar to that. And this started a chain reaction where people with actual fascistic worldview started to use Frieren as a source of validation for their worldview, and also used her as some sort of symbol for their ideology, or used her in their very not ethical memes. And this then caused a feedback loop, where group number one pointed out how Frieren had fascist kind of language or has fascist themes. That causes the actual fascists
Drama
to
Queen
then
is like the
point
most
out
like
that
insane.
You're being ridiculous.
Like Drama Queen was like the most insane moment for like manga and anime, because we were like going into the election last year, and then this fascist ass immigration manga came out pretty much, and like it had like 3 chapters and then it went nowhere and everyone forgot about it, but it had like a moment in the spotlight just because racists thought it was cool, and it was talking about like what they were like oh, Japan's done, which, I mean, obviously we see that the PM of Japan, that's who she is now. But yeah, that shit was just so fucking funny.
Looking too deep into it, or it's not that deep, but at the same time they used Frieren's character as a symbol for, again, their ideology, which then caused another reaction to group number one that affirmed that yes, Frieren is a fascist series because look at the fans. And that loop continues till today. See, I'm not trying to even sound like a centrist here, but this is a situation where both of them are kind of wrong and missed the point. While I understand the concern about Frieren essentially having some sort of fascist undertone in the series, but I feel like using the anime as a token of affirmation for your fascistic worldview is even worse.
That's so dumb.
Again, understand the concern, but I think like they missed the point of the demons entirely, especially in regards to how they are supposed to work and the way they fit in the series. The demons are essentially apex predators that could mimic human-like traits in order to lure them
the demons
in
would be
and,
Nazis.
you know, slime them. As such, they aren't supposed to be treated like a race, you know, but they're treated more like monsters. But people on both sides
The demons are trying to eat
try to
through you,
make
bro.
the demons about race, which again, don't quite understand why. The thing is, the demons are meant to be very different, considering that the humans...
The demons are trying to ether the humans, you know? They're trying to ether them. You know.
in the series also lived amongst other races as well, like dwarves and elves. So again, don't really get the comparison of the demons to minority groups here, which means that the demons are to be treated more like a xenomorph than a Yautja. And this comparison kind of works because in this sense, it's also hard to argue that the demons are actually evil, much in the same way you can't really say a xenomorph is evil, because both are acting based on their primal instinct and programming to survive. In the case of the xenomorph, they kill humans because they need to repopulate. With the demons, they kill humans to eat and survive.
Well,
but a Yautja, you could argue, is evil because
they don't really have
consciously hunt humans for sport. And the other thing is, the whole story itself is
been a good video so far, to be honest. I've been very pleased with this video. Should I go in and
It's
send
not
Doom
done
a
yet.
message?
Freerun herself could change her stance on the demons, considering she only realized what love actually means at the end of season 1, because it finally hit her like a truck. Like, damn, this Himmel guy actually loved me. And I think I also felt like I love him. Damn, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to figure things out.
love Himmel.
I need to do a lot of self-reflection. Also, on a side note, I couldn't really find any hints or evidence to suggest that the demons are supposed to be like a representation of a particular minority group from the director or the author, unless, again, I'm missing out a couple
Because they're
interviews here and there that I haven't read or watched. But I do notice one more thing, you know. And this is a genuine question. There are people who are fine with some series being political, but they are not fine with people bringing in their own political stance into discussions of anime. And it's mostly progressive politics. And again, I get it, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but it might just be me, bro. But a lot of anime in general, they talk about power of friendship, love, and kindness, and empathy. So could it be that the reason you could not stand them talking about those stuff, especially like the political stuff, and even resonating with characters that they feel they could relate to or even resonate with, is it because you have become a person who is like the exact opposite of what some of these characters would stand for? Again, genuine question. Is it because it has people point out the progressive politics or progressive themes in a lot of these shows that you might not political from the director or the author, unless, again, I'm missing out a couple interviews here and there that I haven't read or watched. But I do notice one more thing, you know, and this is a genuine question. There are people who are fine with some series being political, but they are not fine with people bringing in their own political stance into discussions of anime. And it's mostly progressive politics. And again, I get it, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but it might just be me, bro. But a lot of anime in general, they talk about power of friendship, love, and kindness, and empathy. So could it be that the...
I mean, he's right. Like, generally when, like, you just start being like, that's not progressive. It's like literally it talks about the collective identity. How you're not. A lot of anime goes into the fact that you aren't just yourself. You're not an individual. You're part of a collective, and you have limits, and there are things that you can't do without others. That goes right into the face of things like conservative politics, where you have to be an individual, a rugged individualist, and lift yourself up by your bootstraps. And I don't know how you could square that off when you see things people like people like One Piece, when you see characters like Luffy, or if you watch things like Gundam.
Reason you could not stand them talking about those stuff, especially like the political stuff, and even resonating with characters that they feel they could relate to or even resonate with, is it because you have become a person who is like the exact opposite of what some of these characters would stand for? Again, genuine question. Is it because it has people point out the progressive politics or progressive themes in a lot of these shows that you might not necessarily agree with, that cause you to just straight up deny them or say it's not that deep? But as a whole, all of you have to understand that a lot of these anime, they're not trying to sell you a particular political ideology. And even in cases where the mangaka or author want to, they can, because of the previously mentioned censorship. But what they would do, most commonly, is to try and educate.
I will say that the reason that there are more progressive things in anime than you would get in just a lot of Japanese media in general would be that you wouldn't get in Western animation is because when it comes down to anime okay, this is gonna be a little strange, but the reason why we get so many different types of anime on both sides, on the right and the left, is because Japan is only really strict on censorship when it comes to the male penis. Showing penetration is literally the only reason that, alright, wait 1 second, my daughter ran in. I'm not gonna stop dogging. Jade, go downstairs.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay.
It was like
wait till she leaves?
the exact
You know,
opposite
that kind
of what
thing
some of
in
these
Model
characters
Zero?
would stand for. Again, genuine question. Is it because it has people point out the progressive politics or progressive themes in a lot of these shows that you might not necessarily agree with that cause you to just straight up deny them or say it's not that deep? But as a whole, all of you have to understand that a lot of these anime they're not trying to sell you a particular political ideology. And even in cases where the mangaka or author want to, they can because of the previously mentioned censorship. But what they would do...
Okay, so basically, like, the reason that you get such political extremes and just political, like, muddiness and politics everywhere in Japan is not so much because censorship. Censorship in Japan, honestly, only really goes after penetration and seeing a penis. That's why it's always blurred out, and you see tentacles. That's literally the reason why tentacles happen, bro. Like, but the censorship, that is why you get such creative, like, and sometimes too liberally creative types of anime, where, you know, 5,000-year-old dragon who looks like a little girl. That's because they don't usually go after that kind of thing. But on the other hand, you can make something like Akumetsu, the manga, where, you know, the main character is literally killing government officials in Japan because of their corruption. They don't usually go after that kind of thing.
Most commonly is to try and educate or inspire you through good values that you should live by. Stuff like help the weak and the vulnerable, stand up against the bully and the oppressor, be kind and compassionate to one another, and don't stay silent when faced with injustice. They're not...
Which, funnily enough, the themes in anime have transferred from, like, martial arts. It used to be, like, especially the black American population in the U.S. used to, like, be really into Chinese martial arts movies just because of the simple fact that Chinese martial arts had showed they could see themselves in it with, I don't know, like, martial arts films showed them that Chinese rebelling against their Japanese oppressors. So the black Americans also took this in and saw this, and we that's where you see, like, a lot of martial arts and things like that coming from, like, self-defense movements and, like, things like even like the Black Panther Party. You know, they had martial arts that they were doing. I mean, in the 30s, it was literally told that black people were not allowed to learn judo from the Japanese because it would be a threat. So, anime, all I'd say is that after Bruce Lee died, the martial arts film industry just saw a huge decline. But that's when, like, around the time that anime started hitting the West, and then a lot of the anime had the same type of themes in it, like people fighting oppressors and just going, you know, the power of friendship and, like, being able to, like we talked about, the collective ideology and martial arts. And especially things like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z could be said to be the direct inheritor of the martial arts zeitgeist.
They're not trying to sell you capitalism or communism or socialism or any kind of isms. So to that, if you are someone who resonates with those type of themes and elements, I do think it's more healthy for you to be inspired by those characters or themes and then go...
I'm gonna have to call bullshit with that on One Piece, though, because One Piece literally is like, there's literally like references to Che Guevara, Fidel Castro. There's Oda literally has Che hanging up in his back, a picture of him hanging out in his office. Like, I think One Piece is trying to sell us communism.
Going ahead to actually do some good in real life. You know, you could start organizing and coming together to help those in need and protect the vulnerable, instead of trying to argue with a Twitter rage bait account or debating with someone who is very illiterate and genuinely don't know anything about the medium. And worse yet, a lot of them don't have empathy. Why are you arguing and debating with someone who doesn't have empathy to begin with? So how do you actually gain some sort of media literacy? Well, how do you actually gain some sort of media literacy? Well, to be honest with you, there's a bunch of other videos and sources that could help you with that. But in my personal opinion, in the context of anime and manga, a good starting point is to go and read or watch interviews of the mangaka or director or author, because they will most of the time explain to you what the series is all about. But do note, they do hold themselves back a lot in these interviews, because they can't be too controversial or honest about themselves, you know? I mean, Tomino started being honest in this interview after a while, and they had to quickly cut to a different segment, because he started to call out society and how he hates businessmen.
SF っていうもの好きじゃないんだって。所詮がガキ向けだと思ってるんだっていうこともあったんで。
You gotta understand, like, even in the when manga started becoming a thing after you know, oh my God, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me. After Osamu Tezuka, you know, started making manga, there also was another type of manga called Gekiga, which was like a hard-drawn working man's manga, which just depicted life and society and just political aspects of Japan. And they were a lot darker and grittier than a lot of manga, but it was like they used that to even pass that out in place of Marx. And I would suspect that people like Tomino and Hayao Miyazaki are actually the type of people, because when they were born, actually know that and are keeping that tradition going.
慣れてる大人大嫌いです。慣れてる風に見せている大人。ましてサラリーマン系の大嫌いです。
And not to mention, Tomino here has signaled this year that they're going to be focusing a lot more of Gundam in the future on things like Palestine and Israel. So that's going to be very interesting.
So yeah, these days just be aware that a lot of these content
Alright, don't just go give this.
They thrive
go
on
give
discourse
Uni for
and
Live
sensationalized content. So it is in their best.
Comment, a follow. It's an excellent video. Highly recommend. So, what next? I think we're gonna play a little bit of No More Heroes for a little bit. Probably get to the next. See how far we can get, and then I'm gonna sign off for the night. But it's been fun. Once again, I'm Z. We're live on YouTube and live on Twitch at the moment. And if you have a moment, like the video. Don't be afraid to like the video, you know, and give me a follow, subscribe. Let me see here real fast. Let me get this. Okay. Okay, let's get to the game. And gaming. me see. It looks like the volume's not working on this again. Let's see here. Because I literally thought I just had it. No, the volume was fine. Now it's gone completely. Let's see something really fast. Let's see. That's got to be on purpose. That is very weird. Oh. No. Okay. What is going on? This is something really fast. This is weird. Okay. Try to put the subtitles on. Okay. I think we're actually ready for this now. Like, you can actually hear the fucking shit. Let me make sure. Okay. I think we're actually ready for this now. Like, you can actually hear the fucking shit. This sucks though. Okay. Let's see what this is this time.
The next fight has been arranged. You don't have a lot of time, so I'll just tell you what you need to know. The 9th ranked assassin is currently Dr. Peace.
A doctor?
Actually, a detective. A dirty and unscrupulous detective with plenty of dark secrets about him. Illegal investigations, illicit sales, black marketing. He is your one-stop shop for marketing illegal goods. And on top of that, he is a trained assassin. He's been doing some work for the Mafia, and before you know it, he's up there ranked 9th on the list. To be frank, he's good. You won't stand a chance against him. You're as good as dead. What's it going to be, cowboy?
Put me in, coach.
All right, please transfer 150,000 LB dollars.
What? 150,000 LBs?
Your entry fee, my overhead costs. Don't tell me that you were not expecting so many zeros on that price, or that I am ripping you off or some shit. We have elite staff in the thousands. Personally, I think it's a bargain.
Okay, I gotcha. But you really think I got that kind of dough on me? What the hell am I supposed to do?
You are supposed to do your job. You've been hired to kill someone, so just do it and quit your whining. Plus, on-the-job training would be good for you. If you're interested, I can introduce you to an agent, an advertisement agency. But really, they're racers. I'll tell you where it is later. I'm running late for my facial. Catch up later, okay?
What?
No! This game's out of pocket as hell.
Hello, Travis. May you find your overcard?
What the? Like... Playing Cyberpunk.
We're all friends, but shit like this won't fly.
So this, bro, I need you to just bring me my bike. Like, come on, me. insane this came out on the Switch, because, like, I mean, so the Wii. Insane. Okay, let's see what's going on in here. Alright, this dude's gonna need some jobs. This actually is good. I'm gonna take the coconut job.
That's just one never
Coconut job time. Coconut's built this town.
3, 2, 1.
Shift!
It's easy.
Yeah!
It's easy. It's easy.
Oh, I gotta see how many coconuts I can get. Coconut.
It's easy.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
It's easy.
Yeah!
Okay. Yeah. What is that, 10,000 already?
It's easy. That's easy.
Yeah!
That's easy. It's easy.
Yeah!
It's easy.
I mean, 10? I guess 20,000. Nice. Dude just gave me a secret job.
Travis, welcome.
That's what I'm talking about.
May you find your uppercut?
Cool. 30,000 flat for killing a pizza CEO. It's like, but dude, Herman Cain's already dead. I don't know how to. I gotta figure out how to. Fuck with that. Like that. That's great. So the sound just cut off, I see, for literally no reason. Damn. See something. Integrated webcam. Wait, what?
Hey, he's over here! You're a
Yeah, that's a cool thing about this guy. Just do this over. Also got distracted. Let me do this.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, he's over here! Go! You're a You're a
Okay. I'm about to kill him. I'm not a professional gamer, okay? I can't just kill the pizza CEO willy-nilly.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, he's over here! You're a He's over here!
Hell yeah. See, that shit was fast. I made the money. Didn't have to kill too many people. Only had to kill one. Dirty my hands with one pizza CEO blood. Which is kind of sad because I like pizza. Not so much the CEO part. Like I am the Luigi Mangione of pizza CEOs in this game. Like most definitely in this game. I am not the Deposit this money here. Time to go home. And everything should just work on out from there, right? I think. I'm hoping.
Hey Travis, the next fight has been prepared. Destroy Stadium. Dr. Peace is waiting for you. Hop to it.
Damn. Alright, let's go find Dr. Peace.
Travis!
There's like a stone hinge in the middle of the shit. Why? Alright. Dr. Peace. Listen to my song. Cool. I'm starting to get the rhythm of this shit.
Oh, just look at him.
You're a joke! Blueberry cheese brownie!
This is insane. Yes. Let's go.
Hey, he's over here! You're a just look at him. Let's go. Die.
Do this. This game is ridiculous.
Hey, he's over here!
Okay.
Hey, he's over here!
Let's go.
I'll miss you up good. You're a joke!
Just get to his sweet.
I'll miss you up good. Go! Go! What a... Go! Go! Yeah!
Alright, let's do this job. Part 2, bro.
What a pain! There he is! You're a joke! Strawberry on the short thing! Die! You're a Yes! Don't hit! Go! Go! Yeah! What a Strawberry on the short Hey, he's over here!
Alright, y'all. I think we're getting close to the boss.
I'm gonna kill you! Look at This is the end! What a pain! Yes! We're gonna kill you! What a pain! What a pain! We're gonna kill you! What you talking about? Yes, you think you can beat me with that? There now!
Travis, hello? The moment you step onto the field, the fight begins. If you win, you will be ranked 9th. If you lose, well, there's no need to go into that. Need to pop a breath mint? Hit the restroom? Brush your teeth? When you are ready...
Actually, it turned out perfect because I had to log off.
To be honest,
so as soon as I save this, I'm going to get off and then the next stream will
head
fighting.
for the Garden of Madness.
Sweet.
Alright, once again, I'm Z, this is Kid Ego Media, and I hope y'all have a great night. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Disconnect the switch, go ahead and do an outro, and hope y'all have a good night, and we'll hopefully can get back in on the next day or two. I have a little bit of homework and stuff I need to catch up on, but I think that this week should be pretty good for that. But alright, y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Be easy.